Hey, good morning, photo walkers. Well, we've got several questions that came in yesterday, last night, and this morning about what we're going to be doing this weekend. But some of the questions actually were things that we might want to discuss because we have a lot of new members, and some of the new members maybe don't understand why we do things the way we do them, or maybe have a little confusion about how the process works. So I want to just do a quick video, just talk about it a little bit so you guys can see the look on my face, you guys can see what it is I'm actually trying the point that I'm actually trying to get across. One of the things that came up is about this the waiting list, and why did we handle the waiting list the way we did. One of the things that helps keep things really convenient and really well organized is the way that Meetup handles wait lists. People are drained off of the waiting list based on first come, first serve. So if there's 5 people that joined the waiting list before you did, even if your friend got off and you want to just take her spot, we're not going to let you do that. We're going to go ahead and let the very next person in line move into that spot, because really that's the only fair way to do it. One of the things that I mentioned in my email last night was about the about walking along the Strand while the sun was rising and just after the sun rose. I asked people to please hold back and not actually walk down the Strand until the sun was, a few degrees above the buildings. The reason why I suggested that, or the reason why I asked it, really the point is that there's a lot of people that are going to be there. There's going to be 20 people, at least 20 people there. And we want to make sure everybody gets a chance to shoot straight down the Strand, get plenty of shots as the sun rises above the buildings, before there's a bunch of photographers walking down the Strand and getting in everybody's shot. I suggested 7:30, and the reason why I said 7:30, even though the sun is going to rise at 6:45, the sun rises at 6:45, but it's going to take several minutes for it to eclipse or to come over the buildings. So that's going to be several degrees past actual sunrise. So people are going to want to get shots as it goes across, as it traverses across the sky above the buildings. And then maybe just a little bit higher after that. So we're asking people to please stand back. We're not trying to be jerks. We're not trying to be mean. We're not trying to demand that you can't walk around. So people saying, well, I want to get different shots walking down the street of as the sun comes up, and I want to be in different places and move back and forth. Well, that's great. If that's what you want, if that's your photography goal, that's great. You might want to do that on Monday morning when there's not going to be 20 plus other people there. We're trying to keep things friendly for everybody so everybody has a good opportunity. If you're uncomfortable staying where we've asked you to stay, then it may not be a good day for you to show up on either Saturday or Sunday, whichever day you're slotted for. Instead, change your RSVP to no, and then come on Monday when you can have the place to Monday or Tuesday to have the place to yourself. But I ask you to not park down the Strand because we want to get a picture of the buildings and the sun coming up and getting reflections off of the railroad tracks and off of the ground and off of the sidewalks. We're not going to want to get pictures of a bunch of cars from photo walkers. So also, people have asked, why do I have to pay $2.50 for this? And you don't have to pay $2.50. We've got 50 people that are going to 50 people that have signed up for this. On one day, the tips were a little over $20. The other day the tips were right at 14. So it's that just helps pay my gas to go there. It helps encourage other organizers. The money information is available on the website. It's open. We show everybody what we spend money on. And who gets the money, and so on and so forth. The building that we rented for the next couple of days, we absolutely, even with the food that I bought to cook for everybody tonight, we literally broke dead even on the money. There was a little bit of overage of stuff that I purchased. We're going to take that out of the budget. The sun waits for no man. The sun is going to come up at 6:45. The sunlight is probably going to start somewhere around 6:30. People are going to want to start getting their shots. So if you arrive late, if you're not there for sign in and you don't hear the opening remarks, we're not going to peel somebody off of taking photographs of the sunrise, in order to re-explain that. So definitely show up earlier. It's in your best interest to do so, because you can park your tripod in the place. You can have some time to kind of scope out and think about the shot that you want to take, and definitely it shows respect to all of the other photographers that you're not bumbling around trying to figure out, well, where am I going to put my tripod? You know, they're at the very last minute. It gives you the opportunity to really get all that kind of stuff, settled in before the sun starts to rise. All of the stuff that we post, the stuff that we send you in email, the comments we try to give you, it's not because we're trying to be demanding or that we're trying to be difficult or we're trying to tell you how to enjoy your day. It's because we're managing a large group of people. We want to manage those group of people so that you can maximize the most opportunity possible to get the best shots possible. So, and one last thing to mention about Houston Photowalk, so that you guys kind of understand where our heart is. In a situation like this, where we have a sunrise that's going to be happening in such a way that it's extremely rare, there's a lot of photographers that would have that knowledge and they would keep it to themselves, and they would prefer that they are the only people there and that they don't share that information until after it happens, till they've taken the shot, and then 2 or 3 days later they post this phenomenal image, and then everybody's like, oh wow, I wish I had known. And then that's kind of the way they want to operate. At Houston Photowalks, I do things a little bit different, and so our organizers and our volunteers, we actually share this kind of information in advance. And so we kind of, in order for this this social experiment that we've been doing for the last 6 years, in order for it to really, really work, we have to have everybody's cooperation. Because we don't want you to see a beautiful picture on the internet and say, wow, I wish I had known. Rather, we would prefer for you to be part of that experience, have that opportunity, have that learning opportunity, and have the opportunity to actually make that image with everybody else, and doing it in a way that it's well organized and well put together. I really appreciate your time. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.